I'm so glad to be here in Chicago, all the way from Mississippi. We have nice races in Mississippi. You don't know how to read them all the time. Like after one show, this man came up to me, this white man, he was like, "You are one funny woman, you know that?" I was flattered, but I was offended, you know. I didn't know what to say. I said, "Well, thank you, you horse-faced honky, I appreciate it. You have a good day, okay, KK?" He ain't like that. He ain't like that. I am single. By single, I mean divorced. That's right. I've been divorced for about like 5 years now. And it's interesting because a lot of people don't know how I was married because it was such a short marriage. I'm going to tell y'all something. Short marriages suck. They really do. Because when you get divorced, you don't have nothing of value to split, you know. Like you think about people who get divorced after they've been together for a while. They split big stuff like cars and land and kids. You know, me and my ex-husband, we was splitting like salt and pepper, you know. Peanut butter jelly. He got the iron, I got the board. But, you know, after you've been divorced for a while, you have time to think about it. Like, you know, what happened, what went wrong. And a lot of stuff went wrong for us that led up to our divorce. One of the things was my then husband, he told me that I was getting too skinny. He wasn't attracted to me no more. And that I needed to gain weight. And I was like, man, he just hating. I'm not that skinny, I'm thick, you know. Typical delusional woman. I was like, I'm thick, you know. And then stuff started happening to make me feel like maybe I am skinny, you know. So like one day I was at the doctor's office, and don't y'all know this man came in the room, picked me up by my underarms and sat me on the table. Looked me dead in my eyes, said, "What can I do for you, little girl? You can put me down, because I'm a grown-ass woman. That's what you can do. And take this balloon off my wrist, because it's too tight. That's what you can do." So that was one red flag that maybe I am skinny. Then something else even worse than that happened. I was traveling at the airport, and I went in the bathroom. And you know, at the airport, they got them fancy automatic toilets, you know. So I was doing my thing, you know, and I finished up, and I was waiting on the toilet to flush. A few seconds passed by, it still didn't flush. You wanna know why? Because I was so skinny, the toilet didn't detect an ass. It didn't sense no booty meat. Now, the woman next to me must have had a big ass, because hers was flushing the whole time. But mine wasn't doing. So I had to twerk over my toilet just a little bit, just to get it to flush. Some I am skinny. He was right. I got mad. I went home and started an argument, you know. And that's another reason our marriage didn't last, because we were arguing. We couldn't get along. And I told my mama, I said, "Look, we arguing, Mom. I don't know what to do. Baby, all y'all got to do is go out of town and reconnect, and you ain't going to argue no more." And a lie detector determined that's a lie. Problems have passports. They travel with you, you know. I remember being at home that night, and I was snapping on his ass. I was like, "Why you be liking all these hoes' pictures on Instagram?" You know, and we went out of town, made it to Mexico. Same thing. Porque te gustan estas photos de azadas in Instagram. Thought I was crazy. But the icing on the cake was after a while of being married, my ex-husband realized that I was a tomboy. And you know, that's not good for him because tomboys don't do certain things well, like phone sex. Before him, I had never had phone sex with anybody, but I tried. So he was out of town and he called me, ring. That's the phone sex ring, ring. He said, "Hey, baby." My voice deep too. I said, "Hey, baby." Is it an echo? Tell Big Daddy what you doing. Man, watching the game, throwing back a six-pack, what up? He's like, okay. Well, tell Big Daddy what you got on. Man, a skull cap, a t-shirt, sweatpants, and some J's. How you like the sound of that, Big Daddy? Hello? He never did call back, and that was the end of my marriage, all right? That's my time. I'm Rita Brent. Thank you.
There's more funny where that came from. Subscribe right here, right now, and you won't miss another laugh.